the Monday Night Raw review. Yes, sir. Monday Night Raw review. Got my notes right here. Gotta do my Bianca Belair. I'm the MVP of RE3. Yeah, I'm the MVP of RE3. What? I'm glad they showed something about her. I'm like, come on now. She been, come on now. She is so gifted. They need to use her more. They need to use her more. But Monday Monday Night Raw was really good tonight. Yes, Samoa Joe, he was really good on commentary. Um, so we started out with Randy Orton coming out, and I was like, okay, I know he's gonna talk about his match at Backlash. So here comes Edge, and I was like, okay. Edge came out with the pyro. I was thinking this. I was like, on this day, are you good? I'm like, man, I swear, man, that's my song too, right there. And of course, Judas. I ain't gonna sing that, but Orton comes out, Edge out there, they talking, but they what they were saying was really good and true. Orton was basically saying that he didn't. I guess he still can't get over the Edge beat him at WrestleMania in the last man standing match, but to what I take from that rivalry is Edge really works hard at what he does. He fought back 9 years to come back and really come back and wrestle. Whereas though Orton did have an injury, but it was like his collarbone, but it only took about 6-7 months or a year. But Edge, he was out for almost 9 years. So Edge, he had to fight for everything, but I just say, and then Edge was talking about, their match for the Intercontinental Champion 2004. I think it was Vengeance of 2004. That was a really good match. That was like a 30-minute match. It went back and forth. Really good match. But like I said, I like that rivalry and I understand both sides. It's like, Orton, he kind of had everything handed to him when he was with Evolution. Like when he first came, he was just by himself. But when he joined Evolution, but that's a good opportunity because you get to work with Triple H, Ric Flair, and Batista. Yeah. Hey, I don't know a lot of people would have passed that up, but like I said, I understand both sides. So and then Edge was like, you had everything handed, and wrestling was a backup plan. So I guess he must have had something else he wanted to do. But like I said, that match at Backlash gonna be really, really good, really good. Um, then after that, they showed about last week with Rollins. They had the Rey Mysterio. I was like, that was really sadistic, man. Like that was really sadistic. Like he could have really made like Mysterio have to wear like an eye patch for a while. Like he's gonna be out for a minute. But then Rollins and Murphy was in the back talking, so he got something to tell the world. So basically, he was saying when Rollins came out, the Messiah, he said basically you gotta first sometimes you gotta lose yourself in order to find yourself. So and sometimes I think that's true. Yep, you kind of gotta I guess get mad or whatever, or maybe lose control sometimes in order to really find yourself. Sometimes that is true, but to a certain extent, a certain extent. And he said sacrificing Mysterio was, hopefully he understand it was a blessing in a disguise. So I'm thinking, okay, when Mysterio comes back, it's gonna be Rey Mysterio versus Rollins. I guess at SummerSlam or whatever next pay-per-view. But I think they could have a pretty good feud, pretty good feud. Um, then we have, well, no particular order. Liv Morgan came out there and she was talking about her mother, and she said she wants to be a future world champion. And I say, yeah, she could be a future world champion. Like I said, they need to push her too because she is really talented. Like she beat Natalia, she beat Ruby Riott. I mean, I know it's only two people, but still, she's getting some wins. So maybe let Liv Morgan versus Bianca Belair. I'm just saying they both good. That could be a turning point in both of their careers. Something like that. So of course Charlotte comes out and I would just look. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was looking at Resident Evil 3, um, looking at somebody else playthrough on Inferno mode because I want to try to do that soon. And she called out Ruby Riott. I was like, of course she's gonna win. So that's what she did. Figure eight. I just don't get this. So when a person gets in a figure eight, why can't they? I said this probably a million times. Why can't they hit her knee? It's like they on the ground, and then you see her grab your leg. What? I don't care if it's man. Look, scripted or not, I would have got up, hit her knee. Like no, we get a cheap victory or something. Because Charlotte don't need to be on all three shows. She need to stay on NXT. Like if she stayed on NXT, it would be okay because she's on NXT. But Raw, NXT, and SmackDown. What's next? If she show up at AEW, I'm gonna lose. Oh, but yeah, hopefully she does not do that. Um, Then MVP, he was trying to push Bobby Lashley. And at first I was just like, yeah, because Bobby Lashley is a good wrestler. He needs to be pushed. He really do. He really does. Then of course they were showing that axe throwing contest on and off throughout Monday Night Raw. It was crazy and stuff like that. So now they had Asuka celebrating her title reign. Now, at first, I thought Sari Kane was going to turn on her because if y'all remember, when it was Chris Jericho and Kevin Owens, they had that friendship festival, and then that's when Kevin Owens turned on Jericho. Like that, if they would have did that, that would have been cool because it would have been like a little personal rivalry because Kairi Sane knows Asuka. No, don't nobody know Asuka more than Kairi Sane and vice versa. So that could have been something. Now I don't know. Maybe they might build that up. I don't know. I wouldn't mind seeing that because they know each other. So next we had before that, Corbin was in the back talking about somebody go get his food, banning on to the referee, then they went on commercial. Came back, it was Buddy Murphy versus Herberto. I was kind of like looking at it, then looking somewhere else, but when I look back at it, Buddy Murphy was still beating him up. Then Alistair Black then Alistair Black came out there and I was like, okay, so I guess they gonna have a little feud. So that was crazy. That was really crazy. Because sorry about that. Yeah, Buddy Murphy and Huberto had a match. And then after that, sorry, let me go to the next part. I don't want to lose track. Let me go to the next part. All right, so we had R-Truth and Bobby Lashley. And of course, we know Bobby Lashley won and stuff like that, and R-Truth was being weird. But back to what I was saying. So it was next match, sorry. Next match, it was Apollo and Kevin Owens versus Garza and Andrade. So it was a pretty good match, a pretty good physical match. Then at the end, Apollo won with the spine buster. But what happened before that, um Angel Garza, no, Austin Theory hit Angel Garza by mistake, costing him the victory. So of course after the match, they all triple teamed him and stuff like that. So what happened was, if I said this wrong, I'm sorry, but what happened was Seth Rollins came down there and grabbed him and I guess gave him a hug. And so now I think um Austin Theory is with Buddy Murphy, Rollins, and AOP. I'm like, okay, this is pretty cool. This is pretty cool. It was pretty cool. So I'm like, this could be a good thing. Now, what I was thinking, how about the Inner Circle? I know this probably won't never happen. The Inner Circle versus Rollins Disciples and like a cross brand ladder match, a cross brand street fight. They should do something like that. Come on now. That the Inner Circle with Jericho, that would be cool. But of course, I don't think we're gonna get that. Then we had a submission match with Shayna Baszler and Natalya. Now, Baszler almost twisted her ankle because I was like, "Whoa, this is getting physical." But of course, Natalya had in a sharpshooter. Then she had in another submission, like a leg lock. But Shayna got out of that, got in her finishing move, and Natalya had no choice but to tap out. But I thought it was kind of rude that they were setting up the Kevin. It's like they knew, of course, they know about what's going to happen, but they could have waited until Natalya got out the ring. I mean, they got all that stuff out there, and of course, she gonna throw the stuff. I know Joe saying, sometimes that's what it takes to be lose, to lose, but like she lost 2 matches in a row. You know, you gotta respond to that. I mean, I think you gotta respond to something like that. You do. But yeah. So now I think Angel Garza is out of that group, and I was like, cool. He's in a better group with Rollins. Rollins is really going to make Austin Theory pretty cool. So be on the lookout for that. Then backstage, Nia Jax attacked Kairi Sane. So when Kairi Sane was getting attended, Asuka got her back in another backstage segment. So I guess they building Nia and Asuka at Backlash, probably along with Apollo Crews and Andrade at Backlash, because I got a feeling they're gonna cheat, you know. And Edge and Orton at Backlash, so that should be pretty cool. I think I got everything except for the main event. All right, we had King Corbin and Drew McIntyre, and this was a pretty good physical match. I think they was pushing. Yeah. Yeah, this was a pretty good physical match. And Corbin was really pushing Drew. But before the match had started, Bobby Lashley and MVP came out. I was like, okay. And Bobby Lashley made it clear he coming for that title. So I'm like, all right. So we finally going to see Bobby Lashley versus Drew McIntyre for the WWE title. I'm like, all right, I can deal with that. I really can deal with that. Like I said, physical match. It was really good. Corbin did a superplex, got a 2 count. He did another Drew did like uh, a belly to belly suplex, just threw him over. I'm like, whoa, and that was good. He got a 2 count on that. Corbin did a deep six, got a 2 count. I was like, yo, all these back and forths. I'm like, this is good. This was a good main event. And I was like, all right, that's cool. But Corbin did that headbutt. Got him on the ropes. Claiborne, 1, 2, 3. Bam. For the victory. So Monday Night Raw was really good. Then of course, this is a little extra stuff, 'cause I probably forgot this. They were showing the Street Profits, the X thing. I was kind of paying attention to it. Saw the police came out. Street Profits threw the X behind the head. Got the X on the thing. And the Iconics could have won that match with Alexa Bliss and Nikki, but they got disqualified. But I think one of them Iconics heard the referee say, like, don't do that and stuff like that, but they didn't listen, so they're not the champions. But this should be a really good Backlash. I really believe they building Backlash good. Um, In my opinion, I guess Orton could beat Edge, and then they face off at SummerSlam like in an Iron Man match. That's what needs to happen. Edge and Orton at SummerSlam in an Iron Man match that will end that rivalry. Whoever wins wins. Whoever lose. They go their separate ways. Separate ways. Hope y'all enjoyed this review for 15 minutes, but it was a good show. Oh, and one final thing, they better push Bianca Belair. She need to be in a title picture. She hasn't been on Raw in like 2 weeks, and I hope not Liv Morgan. I hope Ember Moon comes back. I know she's on injury, but I hope she comes back soon because I'm so tired of Bayley on SmackDown. That's my review. Woo!